Intelligence Battalion 3-16, a Battallón 316, Special Investigations Branch. Intelligence Battalion 3-16, Intelligence and Counter-Intelligence Branch, was the name of a Honduran army unit responsible for carrying out political assassinations and torture of suspected political opponents of the government during the 1980s. Battalion members received training and support from the United States Central Intelligence Agency both in Honduras and at U.S. military bases. Battalion 601, who had collaborated with the Chilean DINA in assassinating General Carlos Prats and had trained, along with Mohamed Alí Seineldín, the Argentine Anticommunist Alliance. At least 19 Battalion 3-16 members were graduates of the School of the Americas. The Battalion 3-16 was also trained by Pinochet's Chile. The name indicated the unit's service to 3 military units and 16 battalions of the Honduran Army. The reorganization of the unit under the name Intelligence Battalion 3-16 is attributed to General Gustavo Álvarez Martínez. 1980s. According to the human rights NGO COFADEH, Battalion 3-16 was created in 1979 with the name Group of 14. In 1982, its name was changed to the Special Investigations Branch, commanded by Señor Diaz. In 1982, according to requests for U.S. declassified documents by the National Commissioner for Human Rights in Honduras, or in 1984, according to COFADEH, its name was changed to the Intelligence Battalion 3-16. The reorganization of the unit under the name Intelligence Battalion 3-16 is attributed to General Gustavo Álvarez Martínez. From 1987 until at least 2002, it was called the Intelligence and Counter-Intelligence Branch. Links with Argentina. Gustavo Álvarez Martínez, at that time a colonel, studied at the Argentine Military College, graduating in 1961. By the end of 1981, more than 150 Argentine officers were in Honduras. This training operation took the code name of Operation Charlie and used training bases in Lepetiric and Quilali. The Central Intelligence Agency took over from the Argentinians after the Falklands War, although Argentine officers remained active in Honduras until 1984 to 1986. The Argentine Navy's ESMA also sent instructors to Honduras, including Roberto Alfieri González, who served in the National Guard of El Salvador as well as in Guatemala and Honduras. Links with the United States. The CIA had a strong role in establishing, training, equipping and financing Battalion 3-16. The U.S. ambassador to Honduras at the time, John Negroponte, met frequently with General Gustavo Álvarez Martínez. In summarizing declassified U.S. documents showing telegrams sent and received by Negroponte during his period as U.S. ambassador to Honduras, the National Security Archive states that, reporting on human rights atrocities committed by Battalion 3-16 is conspicuously absent from the cable traffic, and that Negroponte's cables reflect no protest, or even discussion of these issues during his many meetings with General Álvarez, his deputies and Honduran President Robert Suazo. Nor do the released cables contain any reporting to Washington on the human rights abuses that were taking place. 1990s. In 2002, COFADEH stated that many retired or active 3 3-16 agents have been included as intelligence advisors in the National Prevention Police. 2007 former members of Battalion 3-16 occupied important positions in the administration of President Manuel Zelaya as of mid-2006, according to the human rights organization CODEH. Following the 2009 coup d'etat, in which Zelaya was detained and exiled by Honduran military units, Zelaya claimed that Battalion 3-16 was again operating with a different name, and being led by Joya, who became a direct advisor to de facto President Roberto Micheletti. Zelaya stated, with a different name, already operating. The crimes being committed is torture to create fear among the population, and that's being directed by Mr. Joya. Quote, in addition, Nelson Willie Mefia was appointed by Micheletti as Director of Immigration. Napoleon Nasser Herrera is a spokesperson for Dialogue for the Secretary of Security. Freedom of information requests. Using freedom of information laws, efforts were made by various people to obtain documentary records of the role of the United States with respect to Battalion 3-16. For example, on 3 December 1996, members of United States Congress, including Tom Lantos, Joseph Kennedy, Cynthia McKinney, Richard J. Urban, John Conyers and others, asked President Bill Clinton for the expeditious and complete declassification of all U.S. documents pertaining to human rights violations in Honduras, and claimed that the U.S. government helped to establish, train and equip Battalion 3-16 military unit which was responsible for the kidnapping, torture, disappearance and murder of at least 184 Honduran students, professors, journalists, human rights activists and others in the 1980s.